Okay, kids, welcome to Dead Kobe's workshop. Today we have a Peavey Bandit 112 that isn't broken. Okay, so this belongs to our friend, and we've already seen his Fender Hot Rod Deluxe that was mutilated by modifiers, and I got it back working again and healthy the way it was intended. So anyway, he's caught the bug to modify something again, but this time he brought it to me. So instead of the stock speaker, this has got a Texas heat speaker in it, an Eminence Texas heat speaker, and we'll just try the distortion channel, but we're going to change the op amps because that's what all the cool kids on the internet are doing. Okay, so that's what it sounds like now. I'll try to put the settings about where it is now, whatever, but the op amps in here are the stock ones, and there's some fancy high fidelity ones. They're, I think they're made, Texas Instruments makes a version, and Burr Brown is the one that makes the more popular-ish one, I think. But I got a bucket of them in here, so we're going to change the op amps. They should be electrically compatible, and then we'll see if it does anything. This is one of those situations, and I always preface this, I always tell people I know nothing about guitar tone. Now, that's partially true and partially false. I've made some great sounding guitar amps, but, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. And apparently I need to answer the phone. Okay, so we're in. The op amps back here by the effects loop are socketed. That'll be easy. The ones up on the preamp board are not. So we'll need the solder sucker 9 million. The chips on here are 4, 5, what does it say? 4, 5, 6, 0 Delta, 4560 Delta, 4560D by JRC. Double check the spec sheet, make sure we're not putting in something that's going to explode. Okay, so OPA 2134s are going in. So again, those are socketed. These are not, and I'm sure it's because of, you know, shipping and this board being flipped upside down right now. So gravity would be pulling against those chips, so they opted to not socket them. I can't say that they are at fault for not socketing them. In fact, the majority of manufacturers wouldn't socket them just to make sure, you know, they all stay together. But for the sake of, you know, gravity or whatever, they did socket these. So these three will be easy. They're all the same. They're all the same op amps. So I was expecting 6, I count 5. That's fine. There's different revisions of this amplifier from time, but yeah, I've got, there ain't nothing over here. There doesn't look like there's any pin outs that would be hiding an op amp under there, but maybe I'll take a peek with a mirror. But there's no logical, I mean, you know what an op amp looks like from underneath. It's 6 pins, right? Ding, 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 right? Boom. Or 8, 4, 4, 4, 4. There's 8 pins there, right? That's what that looks like. So, this would be resistors or something. So, should be right there. We're heating up the solder sucker 9 million to get these out. Okay, so I did install the sockets. Getting those original op amps out of there was a pain in the butt because these boards have vias through them, so the solder clings to the leg all the way through, and it's a double-sided board, so there's connections on the top and there in the bottom. So without the proper soldering equipment, you risk damage, and with the proper soldering equipment, you risk damage. Not a fun adventure, but we got it, I think. We're going to find out when we plug it back together. And then these three were in sockets, so you can just pluck and plug. And these are probably the ones that have less effect on the sound than the ones in the preamp zone. I have no idea if the settings on this amp are anywhere near what they were when we started, so it probably sounds different because of that. I don't know. Okay, now we've listened to the amp before, we've listened to the amp after. However, the settings are probably all completely different, so the A to B comparison is virtually impossible. I didn't do this because I thought it would make the amp sound any better. I have no idea if it would sound any better. I was asked to do this by the customer, who's a friend of mine, and okay, you know, it's honest work. What can I say? So if you want to modify your Bandit's op amps, now at least you've seen what's in there, and I hope you have proper soldering equipment. Otherwise, you're probably going to jack up that preamp board trying to get those two out of there because they're soldered in there real good. There's vias all the way through. It's not easy. So that's all I have to say about that. Again, I'm not being disrespectful to anybody who thinks this is a great amp mod, but I'm not being an endorser either. It is what it is, and you can do what you want to your amp because it's your amp. So that said, thanks for watching. Have a great day.